Hey guys, welcome back to another DIY video. I'm going to show you how I make this color block skirt from these two pairs of pants. Stay tuned to see how I did it. I decided to transform these pair to a skirt due to wear and tear. Some of the zipper's teeth are missing on the pink pants, and for the blue, it started ripping from the back seam. Instead of throwing these away, I decided to transform them to something useful. I started off by measuring out how long I want the skirt to be, and then I added extra half an inch for seam allowance. Mine was about 15.5, so in total it was 16 that I measure out. Next, seam rip the crotch area, side seam, and the bottom part of the belt loops. After that, I trim about a half an inch from the waistband. Repeat the same steps to the pink pants. Here I'm using the blue pants as a template to cut out the extra fabric. I decided to seam rip the bottom part of the waistband. The idea of creating a new seam at the waistband looked cool in my head, but when I tried it out, it wasn't too hot. One important step that I forgot to film is to seam rip the crotch point until the pants lay down flat. Taking the extra fabric from the pink pants, I'm using it to cover the triangle gap. Before I do anything to the triangle, I'm going to trim off the extra fabric. Now we can add our half an inch seam allowance to our triangle. Pin your triangle piece to the pants. I don't know why I was pinning like this, but if you were to pin it as you're going to do a top stitching, it's so much easier. This is how it looks like when it's sewn together, and I did do a top stitch. I went ahead and replaced the pink back pockets with the blue ones. Yes, I know there's a lot of seam ripping, but it's all worth it. And then I went ahead and stitched where the original stitchings were. Just like the front of the blue pants, you're going to be seam ripping at the back of the pink one until it lays flat. Since I had to seam rip more on the back, it didn't really have much of a gap. All I need to do is create one. I'd lay the front piece and mark the points of the triangle and connect them. When I looked at the triangle, it wasn't quite in the middle. To equalize it, I measured both side point of the triangle, then I used the shortest measurement for the new end point. After cutting out the triangle, I'm turning in half an inch for the seam allowance. Repeat the exact same step from the front piece for the back gap. I kind of forgot that the pink pants were high-waisted, so I did end up trimming about 2 inches off to let it line up with the blue front piece. I did pin my pieces together to be sure everything lines up before I sew them together. This is with the side seams sewn together. Before I do anything else, I'm going to replace the front belt loops with pink ones. I trimmed the top of the back because it was too much fabric to go inside the waistband. As I was repinning the waistband, I ended up having extra fabric. If this happens to you, don't panic. There's a simple fix to it. When you are sewing the waistband, you want to stretch it out while sewing so the back will fit. The back ended up shorter due to cutting from the top. Taking the shortest side measurement, I balanced out the other side, which was about 13 inches. Then I measured out 13.5 inches on the center of the skirt to create a curved hemline. Oh, and don't forget to sew back down the back belt loops. After trimming, you can either leave the edge raw or hem it. I did serge the edge before doing a 1/2 inch hem. This is the final look. I paired it off with a white top, some brown boots, and a belt. If you guys enjoyed this DIY, give it a thumbs up. Haven't subscribed yet, subscribe for more DIY videos and cosplay videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.